So you think you'll be laid off? Hi, my name is John Fayad, and this video, brought to you by my personal mentors, will focus on being laid off or downsize, and what to do before and if it happens to you. Whether or not your own job is in jeopardy right now, at some point in your career, you may become a victim of downsizing. We'll discuss what you should do and what to avoid doing at all costs. There are 4 parts to this video. Part 1, telltale signs to watch for. Part 2, being prepared. Part 3, first things first if it happens. And Part 4, don't look back. Part 1, telltale signs to watch for. Some employees are more savvy than others. They're the ones that know what role they play for their company, what their value is to the company, and what their strengths are. They have a constant grasp on their reality, and they'll most likely leave for another job before they're asked to do so. Some employees are less aware or don't care to know. Many of them are hard workers and do their best at their job every day. They keep their nose to the grindstone. They believe that their good work will be noticed and appreciated, and they'll be saved in the event of a layoff. Problem is, they're not paying enough attention. For instance, they're unaware that the recent merger will most likely make their job obsolete in 12 to 18 months. Or that their boss or department is in trouble and somebody's got to be let go so the boss can keep his or her job or the department can stay afloat. Maybe they're unaware that their company's had a string of record losses and is selling off assets. Or that they're holding off on introducing that new product to stay profitable. Then there are those employees who are completely unaware. They're the ones rolling in at 9:30, doing online shopping at 11 a.m., taking long lunches, or standing in your doorway at 4 o'clock, chatting it up. Which one are you? If you're one of the savvy, you'll quickly recognize 2 or 3 of the following 7 telltale signs that you're most likely going to get laid off. Now, there's no particular order to these 7 telltale signs. Situations do vary. Telltale sign number 1, you're no longer in the loop. This is a significant telltale sign. For instance, you'll find out from your peers or the people that work for you that your project is on hold, or changes have been made without your approval or even knowing. Or you may not have received that email about the off-site staff meeting. Or you come into work at 9 a.m. one morning and everyone's just breaking up from a meeting. Telltale sign number 2, people begin avoiding you. Coworkers will find it hard to make eye contact with you when they know that your job is on the line. Small talk becomes stressful. You receive less emails and phone calls, and you're not invited to lunch that much anymore. People will feel it's just better to avoid you altogether. Telltale sign number 3, your last performance review was negative, especially if your previous performance reviews were positive and comfortable exchanges with your boss. Now it seems you haven't done anything right. Your strengths are not mentioned, and you're asked to improve your performance. This means your manager wants to be on record for having told you to improve your job. Technically, you've been warned. Telltale sign number 4, there's an increase in the email and paper trails between you and your supervisor. Watch for this immediately following a negative performance review. Most all communications from your boss have shifted to memos and emails. Messages are short and words are carefully selected. There's a reason for this. HR requires written evidence of everything if an employee is going to be laid off. And a communication trail is necessary to show that your boss did everything by the book and your termination is justified. Telltale sign number 5, you now have less responsibility. Being stripped of your responsibilities or projects are definite signs that something's going on. After all, you don't fire someone who's got a lot to do or have a number of people who report to them. A person in this situation may ultimately be put on special projects, be given a new job title, less work, less people, or no people, and eventually will not be involved in anything of importance for the company. Telltale sign number 6. Your company has recently been merged or bought by another company. When a company is sold or merged, the outcome is always the same. Changes are eventually made across the company. I don't care what anyone says. A merger means duplication of jobs, and duplication means redundancy. Within 12 to 18 months of the merger, there will be job cuts. There always are. If you're the acquired company, your new boss from the other company will let you go long before he or she lets anyone from their existing staff go, regardless of how well you may do your job. And telltale sign number 7, your boss has left the company. This could happen at any time, but really watch for this immediately before or after a merger. If your boss is leaving or has left over the weekend and you find out on Monday, this could spell trouble. Your boss may be the only one who is protecting you or the department. You may have already recognized one or more of these telltale signs at your place of work. Maybe it hasn't happened to you yet, but you're seeing a growing list of victims around you. Don't be a victim. Better yet, never be a victim. Be sharp. Keep your head up and your eyes open. Take a long, hard look at your working life and start to take action now. Part 2, being prepared. Notice that this part is called being prepared and not getting prepared. Being is proactive. Getting is reactive. Always be prepared. It helps give you parallel options to whatever action is going down at your company. It also gives you a positive frame of mind so that you feel like you're in control of your life and your career. Now, common sense tells us that being prepared is the best form of crisis prevention. It's the same reason we have smoke detectors, or carry a spare in the trunk, or pack an extra shirt, or make extra burgers for the party just in case more people show up. Your career exit strategy works the same way. You should always have a plan in place just in case something happens. We've seen far too many companies downsize or go out of business in the past few months. You certainly don't want to be at the mercy of your company. Here's a simple 6-step plan that will help you stay prepared and have an exit strategy in place. Step number 1, maintain a professional attitude. Even if you don't feel calm inside, maintain a composed demeanor. You give away less when your facial expressions and body language appear calm and unflustered. Everyone notices and appreciates dignified behavior. Maintain a healthy, hopeful, and positive attitude. Treat even those you least trust with some basic form of decency. Don't ever turn your back on someone in anger. And never descend to the level of refusing to say good morning or hello. Be the most positive person in the office. Management wants people who can boost morale during tough times. This is about human nature, and managers are humans too. They react to positive people just as you do. Keep this in mind. Happy people, happy workers, are less likely to lose their job than people who seem to dislike what they do. Show up early and stay late. Make it a point to understand your company's short and long-term objectives. Focus on new ideas that will bring new revenue or new customers to your company, or will save your company money. People who create value are the ones who are more likely to survive job cuts. Step number 2, be valuable and visible at work. Create a weekly activity report for your boss, even if you're not asked to do so. This will help your boss understand what it is you're doing on a weekly basis, especially if you're in a remote location or work from home. It will also help you when performance appraisals come around. Start to expand the distribution list of the managers who receive your weekly activity report, and consider other department heads where your work touches. This is a great way to make sure that other influential people in the company are aware of you and your contribution. This should be a weekly report, not a monthly report. You want frequency. You want visibility. You want awareness for and credit for the work that you do.